At Wimpole again today. Got the mic on with a mic wind muffler. Wind is very strong, so it'll be interesting to see how it copes. It's a very dark, grey, overcast day. There was a bit of sun earlier, but now it's forecast rain, so I'm hoping to get my walk in quickly. I'm going to do a bit of a trail walk today. So we're going to go up the hill, the first hill in the Wimpole parkrun. That's part of the Arrington Road track, bikes and people only, that goes to the village of Arrington. Some sheep in the field. And this is the beginning of the Wimpole Parkrun hill. Starts off nice and gentle, so we'll see how it goes. Won't record all of it, but quite a bit. Nice flat bit to start off. It's very dark. So I'm nearly at the end of the flattish bit, coming up to the turn. It's not cold today. It's actually a very unseasonable 12, 13, 14 degrees. The wind makes it feel a little bit colder. I'm sure I'll get extremely warm when I'm at the top, and I'll need to take a layer off. Who knows? Okay. And my breathing will probably increase as well. So here we go. Hundreds of park runners go up and down this every Saturday morning. Some farm vehicles as well, by the looks of it. I tend to give it a miss these days because it is a very strenuous park run, although it's very supportive of park walk. People sometimes take an hour, over an hour, 10 minutes to do this park run. But I will probably give it my all and overdo it. And I've usually got some running to do on a Sunday, so I wouldn't want to completely exhaust my legs. Okay, I'll stop talking now and I'll record a bit when we're in the steeper bit. Okay, it's getting steeper now. It's quite slippy underfoot as well. I would hate to be running down No question of running up for me at the moment. Okay, very slow pace, 14:35 a kilometre. Let's take a little breather to take in the view. You can see the cows in the distance. On the beginning of the multi-use trail, they're lying down, so that means it's going to rain. They were lying down the other day and I went through them. Then when I came back, they all decided to get up. They had very big horns, and one of them stared at me and started walking towards me. So I came all the way back and went up the trail hill, the multi-use trail hill. Okay, enough of that. Let's get back to it. Okay, could have a pause there. Get a breather. A little bit better pace. I think I'll go in the middle here. It's a bit slippy on the sides. Just slippy in the middle. It's not as bad as on the sides. My feet keep slipping, even though I'm wearing trail shoes. They're okay. Okay, nearly at the top. That didn't feel too bad. I must be getting fitter. It's a good workout. Don't relax now. Don't slip. Here we come. Make sure I get up on here without slipping. So we've reached the multi-use trail and we're rewarded with spectacular views. Right, on we go. This is a green boulevard, tree-lined. Used to be part of the old, wonderful part of the old Wimpole parkrun, but sadly no more, due to the estate wanting to manage mud, etc., and keep people away from stock. So you rarely see stock on this particular section, but you do further down. Anyway, I've now got wide field of view on. See if that makes a difference at all. So the wind died down quite dramatically back there. It's picking up again now. So got the DJI Mic 2 attached with a wind muffler, and I didn't realise there were settings on the camera for the the mic. Only a few, but there's one called noise reduction. So I put that on just to see if there's any difference, perhaps if it doesn't pick up the rustling of my jacket or anything else. Who knows? Not too muddy here, but when it rains heavily, it gets very waterlogged and soaked and extremely splashy. Again, trail shoes and a change of shoes are highly recommended. We're going to get the first view of the famous Wimpole Folly. Not sure how well it's going to be picked out on this camera. This really isn't a camera for distance shots. It's an action camera. But the Folly, if I stand still, is straight in the middle between the sort of furthest trees. Can't really see it on the viewfinder. I'm not going to go up there today. I'm going to take this route instead. I've turned the noise reduction off now on the mic. So we come down here to this lovely grassy road, trail, path. It goes alongside a ditch. It goes all the way down to the edge of the garden grounds of the estate. Never tried running with this camera. I think I'm going to try a little bit. It's on 4K at 30 frames per second on Rocksteady. So, here we go. When I say running, I mean plodding. Nice and gently. Just interested to see what kind of stabilisation it has when one is running. Or plodding. Saw something on some social media the other day that was criticising people for shuffling when they run. Well, Jeff Galloway has a shuffle method. A lot of people in the comments said, load of rubbish. I'm going to carry on shuffling, I don't care. If you're moving and it gets you somewhere, well, that's the important thing, isn't it? I'll try it one day. Well, I'd be scared of tripping. If you're going to run properly, it'd be extremely stupid to try and film yourself. And here endeth the little run experiment. So now I'm on Rocksteady Plus. I think it zooms in a bit, but I'm going to try a bit of shuffling, jogging with Rocksteady Plus. Let's try a little bit more. We're going to go up to this bit here. You have to trust that the camera doesn't have a focus, so just trust that it is picking you up. I think as you get more experienced using it, you stop looking at it. There really isn't. I'd rather not fall, so it's much more important to look at where I'm going. And here we go. Going down a little bit. I'm going to stop here because it's getting slippy and muddy. Just being a bit careful there. A bit slippy and slidey. Mud in this part of the world is extremely slippy. Coming down to the famous Iron Bridge, which was one of my favourite marshalling spots on the old Wimpole parkrun. People would carry along the boulevard, then run down the hill in the distance to the lake, run alongside the lake, this side of the lake, not the other side, and then right around, extremely boggy, muddy bit, always populated by sheep, and then up this, doesn't look like an incline, I'm not sure if it's coming out very well, it's a green track to the Iron Bridge, about 4k, and then across the Iron Bridge where there would be a marshal, and then along this green track right in front and all the way to the house, which is actually the way I'm going to go now, because I've been out for about half an hour. I didn't want to do too much today. Beautiful light in the sky with the clouds. Oh, wind is strong here, blowing towards me. This is part of the old Wimpole, the original Wimpole parkrun, though it's sometimes used in the, it is used in the summer route, which is different from the winter route. So from 2014 onwards, for quite a few years, I did this many times. It was always a relief and a sense of achievement, I think. Nearly there. Only about a kilometre to go. So I've set the camera up on its little tripod. Oh, big gust of wind. Be interesting to see if the mic picks that up. Apparently it's got quite a good range. Walking away from it now. Again. Ooh, what a gust of wind. And will it pick up my voice? We'll go to this first tree barrier. And now, as I realised when I started watching people on YouTube, how do they do that? How do they film themselves? They're constantly walking back and forth to the camera. Sometimes people include it, so you can see behind the scenes, as it were. There's no magic, there's no trick. And here we are. taken the wind muffler off just to see how dramatic the difference is with it on or off. It's dying down a bit now. It was quite strong back there. So we're on the edge of the gardens, my usual favourite walking ground, the rear of the house. Wind has died down completely for the moment. And we're going to go down here. I'm going to go up a bit to avoid the extremely muddy parts. That is not too bad compared to how I've seen it in the previous years. So I think that's probably enough of a wind muffler test, wind muffler off test. And the wind muffler is back on. So I hope that makes a difference. Okay, here we go. Just pause briefly here. There's another very nice, doesn't look that steep, but it is, incline there for running up and down when it's not muddy. So I'll always remember, oh dear me, it's very slippy here, as you can see. I always remember coming here on my third or fourth, could have been my fifth or sixth Wimpole parkrun, and this was an absolute quagmire. It's not too bad today, and they didn't have tail walkers or tail runners or even walkers in those days, but somebody kindly ran with me, and I always remember Diana Braverman, wonderful runner, accompanying me, being so supportive, and we didn't want to go mincing through the mud. As my running coach would have said, just get on with it and go through the mud, Morgan. Instead, we took this lovely detour. I said, it's all right to do a detour. Oh, absolutely, she said. Who wants to be falling over or getting their shoes all covered in mud? It's not a race, it's a run, or a walk these days. But in those days it was very much, it was all running, nobody walked. Well, you might have walked a little bit up a hill or something, but the emphasis was very much on get going, get running, try and get a PB, 50 minutes, 49 minutes. I remember being elated doing 48 minutes. And there's a view into the gardens. That's where I was the other day. Okay, enough chat. It's getting a bit chilly. It's always nice coming out here actually. Oh, I forgot. There's a really nice boulevard of trees and a lovely incline going up there as well. Very good for walking and running. Here we go. My Garmin keeps buzzing away with all this stop-starting. And here we come. Wonderful skies. Yes, in ye olden Wimpole parkrun days, this was much bigger, and people would call it the water jump or whatever. And it would be an absolute quagmire all the way down here. So you can see why the estate now wants to protect such areas of land if there are other places to go running. Because when you've got 500, 300 to 500 people doing Wimpole parkrun, can take a lot of damage. So now we're coming up to enter into the sort of garden area. That's the garden where I was walking the other day. And we'll go through the gate. Again, being very careful here. Lots of mud. Yes, please. Please do that. And always remember to close the gate. And this is the back way. I'll go down there in a minute to the church. But there's some facilities here, which I won't film in, but they're very nice usually, and warm. This is the church in the Wimpole estate. My microphone is disconnected for some reason and I can't get it back, so there'll be some wind noise now. To the memory of Philip, Earl of Hardwicke, son of the Right Honourable Charles Yorke and Catherine Freeman, his wife. 3rd Earl of Hardwicke, Viscount Royston, Baron Hardwicke, KG, High Steward of the University of Cambridge, Lord Lieutenant of this county. He had 4 sons, and he departed this life on the 18th of November 1834. In firm reliance on the merits of his Redeemer. The remains of his widow lie interned in the same vault. She died on the 26th of May, 1858, in the 95th year of her age. So this stained glass window is believed to contain glass from the 14th and 15th centuries. There's an organ up there. Nice red highlights in the windows. This church is not owned by the National Trust. It's independent of the National Trust. And there's the altar. Oh dear, I didn't leave the door closed. So this path past the church takes us to the restaurant. I'll see how busy it is and I might have a sandwich. Stop. So this is the Wimpole Old Rectory restaurant. Just had a very nice tuna sandwich in there and a packet of crisps and a coffee. So this is a good time and place to finish the recording for today. The walk rather, get back to the car park and get back to the house. See you on the next walk. Bye. Very windy now. Wonder how the muffler will hold out, the mic muffler. Coming down into the car park. This was a fantastic new addition. Well, before the pandemic, they finished this. Anyway, whew, the rain has held off. So once again, oh my goodness, it's nearly blowing my hat off. Once again, say goodbye.